Today's game is actually, or not today's game, but today's video is going to be. Um, I've been saying today's game for a lot of the videos, but it's okay. It's okay. You get the idea. Today's video is also about the recap of 2025 that I've been, posting my games with Nakamura, Faruja, and also this one. So this game is best win rating wise. So far in 2025, there's still a couple days left. You never know. I mean, maybe I could play, beat somebody higher. We still have a couple days left. I'm still around 2,700 Blitz rating, so this is probably accurate rating for now. I'm still around, 27, 26, 27. So I was playing this guy, and he's pretty strong. He's averaging 3,000. He's very good. Played him, a couple times, I believe. Yes, he has majority of the game. He's winning the majority of them, but that he should be. But we do have D4. I talked about this opening. We may have to do a recap. Not a recap, but we may have to explain about this opening. This opening is, one of the reasons I made it to the master level. And there's a lot of lines you could do. And he plays 94. He could actually play h4 here as one of the lines, but I tried to hang on to this bishop, in this specific line. So he plays d5 and f3 and knight f6 and e4. This is looks like it's a black mare kind of opening, but it's probably a better version having the bishop on f4. So you could take, and usually I do this, and the idea is you take here and you take on knight f3. So if you look at this, look at it this way, you have three pieces developed, then black. And typically you want to do bishop c4. So he plays bishop g4. He plays bishop g4 himself now, bishop c4. There are a trick here. If you play, let's say, a6, you do allowing this kind of stuff, knight e5, then he moves, knight takes g4, knight takes here, and then you up a pawn. The king is not castled. Or, even better, I don't know if knight e5 is probably knight e5 is met by e6, bishop e6. So you can still, let's say he plays e6 here. The idea is you don't take the queen because it's made on f7, but he may have bishop e6. So typically the idea, the tactic is actually bishop takes f7 here, and then you win a pawn that way, effectively, as opposed to play, let's say, any kind of move a6. I'm just giving you a move like a6 first so you could allow the tactic on f7. So the idea is knight e5. So he's able to defend it. E6 is good enough. So E6 does stop bishop takes f7, but also opens up the room for the bishop to develop. So I play here. He takes. So queen takes. I'm still eyeing this. Typically, I would castle long, g4. This line is not as easy to play. You do require some precision defense sometimes. Because obviously this potential attack could happen. You do have the two bishops. You could still defend this one. It's not like it's not, but it just requires you not to be relaxed, too relaxed. Because you have a pawn doesn't mean you could easily. White is still maintaining some ideas to continue attacking. So I castle long. He plays knight d7, and I play g4, and I'm just going for an attack. This could happen. He played here and here. I want the knight go here, so and it opens up for f7. So typically f7 could become a problem later on. I actually missed my chance here. I actually felt like my chance relies on taking and here and maybe bishop b3. So something like here. Having the two bishops seems to be key in a situation like this, and also like potentially rook e1, rook f1 may give me some ideas, because after we play rook e1, you might be threatening bishop takes, depending on that. For example, here, if you play, let's say, just to give you a line, something like here, b5, you are actually attacking this way. Or let's say b6, you could still attack this way. You cannot take back, right? There's a pin. You cannot take back. So that would be a mistake. So that's one of the ways. I supposedly, when he played here, I took the wrong way. This is actually bad decision, because actually giving up the bishop pair in this situation. So black probably enjoyed the fact that he get rid of one of the active bishops. My bishop is still very active. Specifically in this line, it's probably necessary to keep the bishop pair. So he took this way. He opened up for rook c8. Excuse me. So I'm going with my original idea is to go after f7. So now he plays here with tempo. He's also may be attacking here with queen takes c2. So he probably wants takes. If queen takes, he may just go for queen takes c2. Or he could castle. There's a couple options. So I played bishop d7 with the idea if he takes, this could be fun because if he takes, he cannot do this. And also, the bishop goes back. I'm actually having an idea is queen takes f7, so he cannot really like go back or takes here. Because queen takes here first would happen. So he has to deal with the fact that he's castling, defending f7, and then he's keeping bishop takes as an option should the take here, queen takes e2. So I knew ahead of time this is the plan, so he played here. I think maybe bishop d6 was a move. I don't think there's a discovery here that seems to be, or maybe e7. I don't think there's a big discovery after knight e4. I felt like he needed to keep the bishop for, it would probably be a good idea to keep the bishop on, right? But when he took here, the concern here for black is maybe the bishop could go to like be this square attacking here, which gives the room for f7, to be attacked. I cannot do it here because maybe this move allows queen takes g5 check. So h4, h5, a5 is actually stopping this one. So he was able to stop this bishop move. So I don't attack the rook, forcing it to move. I take on f7. So I don't understand queen d3 though. Like maybe queen d3 stopping b5. This maybe bishop d2 and continue pushing like h5, g6 potentially. Now that I cannot go here, but I could go the other side of the board. So I did not, wasn't really happy with this move. He played rook c8, which is actually pretty good. Rooks belongs to open files or semi-open files. This is actually, and also contribute to some kind of an attack. So I played here. We both are really going to attack. It's pretty obvious. H5, he's going to go for B5. This is very typical. You castle king side, queen side. Both sides going to attack each other, kings, and, So I played G6, and things are not really clear what's going on. I actually felt like around here, I may have like rook takes if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, I had rook takes here, which is very fascinating. The idea if you go here, this possibly here. If you cannot really go here, this checkmate, I suppose. Potential checkmate. Yeah, that's checkmate because you cannot stop g7, g8. So you could play queen f6, but the queen g8 is mate. And I think there was like a neat tactic here as well. Should he go for this one? There's maybe bishop d2. This is getting a little bit scary for him. So king e7 or something, and then still here, I suppose. f6, bishop h6, something along that line, and then you're playing rook g7. Something among that line, and it's actually winning here. Should be winning. If we do the val bar here, you would know what I mean. Yeah, that's actually +1, +2, almost +2, plus 0.5. Yeah, so it's just moving up. So this would have been the goal is to get to rook g7, and also this pawn is pretty scary looking as well, and the king is also exposed. So that was my chance to do it. I did not do it. That was the best situation to go for this one, and I actually cannot leave this rook on g7. Just for the fact that you could just simply once you have this rook here, you could easily play queen g3 next, and then potentially g8 if you have to bring the other rook in. So I played here, which is not very good though. He's attacking d4, and I had to play rook g4 to defend d4. I'm not sure which side is hitting. Maybe black is getting better now because he's defending g7 and he's just getting his way around. He played here, but I think I played rook f4, and I think queen e7. He's probably better here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to keep up the trend by attacking here, but I think he blundered. Supposedly this is bad, and I was able to spot why it's bad. You could pause the video to see what could you do with white in order to win a game like this. If you pause the video, found a tactic that's good. It's not a big tactic, but it is big enough to win. If you don't find it, you may want to do more puzzles, but here we go. Hopefully you pause the video, you're able to find it. Good. And it's h6. This move is troubling. It's hard to defend against because obviously if pawn takes, pawn move is rook takes f6. And if the knight moves, well, we could always take, and we could always open up the line now. We could just simply come across attacking very fast. He took here, and that's a bit of like during the game. I was like, I raised my eyebrow because I knew that may not work. And there's a funny line here that I was able to find is just simply queen. I couldn't figure out the way, like, I don't think the king could take, but the rook takes, but that kind of leaves the rook undefended. So now I'm totally winning. I grabbed a free rook. I was able to say, well, I could take this next move, or I could simply move the bishop, queen g2 if I want. There's a lot of options here. He played e2. He's just checking, and I just, I was like, okay, I just move up. And he played 94, so I figured that I could win easily. Was a lot of choices. I could do this. I could also do this, I suppose. This may be giving a little bit of something, but I don't think it works. He could still lose this one. I played here actually. I played here, telling myself I have an extra bishop. The problem here, the reason I did this move, I wanted to like because my time is ticking as well. I knew that the king is exposed, so I think I could find a way to like continue attacking his king. And he played f5. You could see that because his king is exposed. I played queen e5. He played here, but then you could see what seems to be the problem here. He cannot move here. He cannot move here because first of all, he cannot make here because this bishop is lining up. If he moves here, as a matter of fact, it's like queen h2. I don't have to take the queen, but you could take the queen with potential mate next move. So he moves king h7. It's done deal. He moved here. His queen takes is like a free queen. He has to move here, but the problem is the other check. So here things are just getting too much here to handle, and he played here, and I played bishop f4. I could see that bishop d6 is coming. Bishop e5 is coming. It's probably bishop e5 the most precise one. And then he cannot figure out a way to get out of this diagonal. So he played here, but obviously we have dodge ratio. So I was able to beat that guy. He's very strong, though. I mean, just because you beat him in one game doesn't mean anything. But it's a good win. It's a win is a win against 3,000, against a grandmaster. You don't walk by a lot of 3,000 players, especially when they become a grandmaster. You could play a lot of 3,000. It could be much, they could be international master. So this is good win. The best win so far in terms of like I think rating and also title like grandmaster. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This opening, you could see that this opening that I played, it could beat it could be grandmasters, and it's just solid enough or enough. I would not say solid enough because bishop g5, d4, knight f6, bishop g5, not solid enough. It's just like an opening that you could play right against instead of c4. Hopefully you guys enjoy this and stay tuned for more videos.